about to have a thrilling time. Bloody combats everywhere and battles raging in 10 places at once. Why, it's just grand.
Well, hello, wrestling fans. We want to welcome you to another episode of Manic Monday. My name is Alex Rockwell.
And I'm Kurt Huge.
And Kurt, we have quite a card for the fans tonight. Wouldn't you agree?
I totally agree, Alex. The stakes could not be higher with the matches tonight, which could change the landscape of the IGPWF as we know it.
That's true. That's true. And coming up first is the I would say much anticipated match. You know, Trog keeps trying. He keeps trying, Kurt. He swears he has someone more evil than the next time to help him in his feud with Booker T and Balor, his old buddies.
Well, you know, the advantage that a demon has is that he's immortal, so he can keep trying. He doesn't suffer from the threat of mortality like the rest of us do. But meanwhile, this crowd is electric. They absolutely hate Finn Balor and Booker T, and I can't say I blame them. These guys have been running roughshod over the competition over the last several weeks here on Manic Monday.
I'm going to have to say that's an incredibly astute observation. They have been running roughshod. And I would like to compliment Booker T on his mudra that he is employing as he walked to the ring. Obviously doing some Ayurvedic exercises, trying to hone in on the great truth that is within all of us.
Well, you know, I talked to Booker T about this backstage before the match, and he really emphasized his focus on the root chakra and trying to channel that in the match tonight. So we'll see if it pays off.
Would you say that, does Finn Balor look a little, I mean, look at that. I mean, the dude's ripped. He's absolutely ripped.
Well, Finn Balor, you know, the rumor is that he has never even seen a card, let alone ingested one. I'm not convinced that that's not just spray paint, but I guess the proof is in the pudding.
So here we're going to find out who their partner is to face the mystery partner that the Trog is bringing to the camp. Who do you think it's going to be?
Well, I don't know. This crowd is pumped up to find it out. I can't even fathom a guess.
I don't recognize the music. There was
now,
an
Alex,
explosion. There was. Oh my
gosh!
I believe that is. Who is that, Kurt?
That is L.A. Park.
L.A. Park. Man, he's going to get on someone for not putting those periods after his name. He's going to get sued.
He must have taken a red eye from the West Coast to be here in time for this, and looks like he was snacking on some peanuts on the flight. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to fat shame anyone.
No,
old habits die hard.
It is not a fat shaming situation. This is simply an observation on how Le Parc enjoys things in which we all enjoy.
The man loves his peanuts.
We love peanuts. We love beer. We're all there. Hey, some of us got a little extra kicking around too. No shame. No shame.
Now this crowd is pumped up now that they've seen who Balor and Booker's partner is going to be.
Now, longtime fans, I think, of our little Fed that could here, you might pick up on the fact that I think L.A. Park might be making fun of Trog's entrance here. This is Trog's entrance. He is doing it to a T.
You know, L.A. Park is a crafty veteran with a lot of ring experience, but I can't say I think this is a good idea.
He is a master of the mind games. He's a master of the mind games.
You know, but Trog is the master of the vending machine, so we'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
No argument there.
Now, once again, I do have to ask, is it my cataracts or are the lights changing here live in the IGPWF Armory?
I believe the lights are consistent. We are suffering from macular degeneration, but that is for a commercial for another day. I would also
right. We will
like
table that conversation at this time.
tell you what, you and I will head up to the ophthalmologist later on this week, promise.
That's a stage idea.
I am. So Trog obviously sporting some new gear here. I think he's wearing, are those chains around his wrist? Is that for cardio, you think?
Yeah, Trog looking like some unholy combination of a Cinnabite and a leather daddy. I don't know what he's going for, but it is intimidating. I don't know, shades of Mortal Kombat 2 out here.
Real quick, now mystery partner coming up. Who do you think it's going to be, Kurt? He says the most evil person from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh my God!
It's the mayor of Knoxville County, or what is it, Knox County? It's the mayor of Knox County himself.
Well, you know, we all can relate to Kane's struggles of having been horribly disfigured in the fire, only to learn that you weren't disfigured, you were just kind of self-conscious about your looks, so you wore a mask. That's a struggle we can all deal with.
And apparently you were your mask was part of your wig the entire time, and we never realized.
Yeah, you know, I always thought when you buy one of those Halloween outfits and it's got the wig glued onto the mask, that was kind of a cheap ripoff. But apparently that's kind of standard outfitting for these guys.
That is how it happens. Now, as I understand it, and I'm pretty sure that I have my format is correct, this match is submission only, tornado style. They're calling it a tornado death submission match, I believe.
Well, the crowd is deafening. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath, as you've got three of the most evil wrestlers in the history of the game. Kane, Trog, and the Nature Boy Buddy Landel.
The Nature Boy Buddy Landel.
Teaming up against Balor, Booker, and LA Park. I don't know, Alex. This has emergency room written all over it.
Now, Balor went for the submission right away. That's a smart move. LaPark already winded on the other end of the mat there, trying to catch up. And I think Landel is going for a spinning toe hold already. Look, I mean, and Trog taking a breather on the outside of the ring.
Well, I got to be honest with you, Rockwell. I appreciate the commentary because I cannot make the heads nor tails of what's happening in the ring right now. It is just a whole lot of beefcake just kind of mashing on each other.
Oh, here comes Kane. He's looking for Booker, trying to, look at that. Too bad, Booker.
An inverted neck toss, one of Kane's specialty moves.
Oh, hit him in the breadbasket. We used to say that a lot back in the 80s. In the
remember.
breadbasket, yeah.
You know what they say about the 80s? If you remember it, you were there.
Oh, look at this. Is that that's a chokeslam or a bookend? I don't know. Either way, Kane's on the ground.
And now Balor has introduced a table into the proceedings. As you noted, it is a no DQ affair.
It is a no DQ affair. And Kurt, if you could let the people at home know the strategy involved with bringing a table into a submission match.
Well, Alex, this match is going to come down to who wants it more. And there's no way to demonstrate that you want it more than by grabbing a table. I think that is self-evident. I don't need to elaborate on that anymore.
Wow, that's enough said, buddy.
Yeah.
Enough said. I tell you what, we could probably just call it a night right there. Now, as I'm seeing,
I do agree with that.
I'm not sure LaPark has been up to much. He seems to be taking a snooze in the corner there.
Yeah, if I didn't know better, I would say he is smoking a cigarette over there on the side of the ring, which smoking is, of course, prohibited in the armory.
It is prohibited in the armory, not prohibited in the ring, weirdly enough.
Yeah, the IGPWF ring has been declared an international safety zone, so it is basically everything goes there.
LaPark with a crossroads, trademark pending. And now I'm having a hard time keeping up with the action, but I do see Buddy Landel choking the ever-loving shit out of Finn Balor, and I think Trog inadvertently broke it up. And now here comes LA Park, don't want to get sued. He was going for the submission, and now he's getting tossed around like a big old sack of potatoes.
Meanwhile, the action is spilled outside the ring. I see Booker T and Balor ganging up on Landel over there. Oh, no.
There are some stairs involved.
Oh, no.
I think Booker is just doing some isometric exercises, though. He doesn't appear to be hitting anyone with him.
Yeah, he does appear to be targeting the lat area. Yep, he's done with his
he's
workout.
done, yeah.
He's re-energized.
Feel the burn.
You know, sometimes, Alex, at the end of a long day when you don't feel like working out and you power through it, you feel better. I think there's a lesson for all of us here.
Now here we go. We got Booker with a huge thing. I think Booker, Trog, I misspoke. Trog slammed Booker on the table, and Balor just landed straight on his ass. Now Booker going for the big axe kit. Good job. Balor sweeping in for the pick up the pieces. I don't know what's happening. Oh, Pele kick. I'm surprised I know these move names. I'm pretty proud of myself. Now Booker just stomping the shit out of Trog. You know, I hate to harp on it. Trog hasn't really shown himself to be a formidable opponent since the initial debut where he was fighting Piper and Funk for the title. What do you think, Kurt?
Yeah, it was a real Andrew Jones type situation where he made quite an impact when he first came out, and then it's been demonic crickets since then.
And here we have already Trog tapping out on top of the table to a Finn Balor. I would guess, it's sort of a clover leaf. It wasn't a full clover leaf.
I am stunned by this outcome. Yeah, Trog has been issuing challenges and trying to find teammates that he thinks are up to his caliber, and at the end of the day, he's the one who's getting DQ'd or pinned in all of these matches. A stunning upset from my perspective for the trio Balor, LA Park, and Booker T.
I would agree with that, and I don't know if you sensed this. Did you sense maybe a small bit of tension between Booker T and Balor? It didn't seem like they were on the same page in that match.
They were not synced up. Something was up.
But they still were able to pull out the victory. Kudos to them. I'm going to be honest with you, Kurt, Mr. Huge. I have been excited about this match for some time. Oftentimes when you back an animal into a corner, that's when it's most feared. Jake the Snake Roberts coming off a huge loss, losing his title shot, which he had been demanding for so long, losing to Terry Funk relatively easily. It was not a good showing for Jake.
It was not close. And indeed, in a similar situation, Eddie Guerrero coming off a stunning loss to Roddy Piper, sending him all the way to the bottom of the rankings. He's a veritable Washington Wizard these days because he's in last place.
I understand. I figured you didn't mean like a secret member of the KKK within the Washington, D.C. borders.
Well, I thank you for the context. That had not even occurred to me. No, he was more like just a shitty team.
And so here's where we're at now. Jake and Eddie both desperately needing a win. Jake, has spent the better part of the last month, aside from the Funk loss, just absolutely terrorizing some of the, and I hate to use the word enhancement talent, but let's be honest, most of them haven't won a match in quite some time.
Indeed. He has been pumping up his resume, but you wouldn't know any of that context looking at this. This crowd is going wild. They are excited to see two legends collide in the ring. Those are some pants, I gotta say. That is, you could shave. You could look in those and shave and do a pretty good job.
The thing that I enjoy the most about working here at the Intergalactic Professional Wrestling Federation is that since it is the best of all timelines, the commissioner brings to us not just Eddie Guerrero, but Eddie Guerrero in the era of probably around 1997. And we are thankful for that because, one, the mullet is strong, the pants are strong, and let's be honest, mean Eddie Guerrero was probably, the best Eddie Guerrero.
Agreed. And, hashtag IGPWF, folks. You're not just getting the best talent in the ring from all timelines. You're getting the best referees, the best costume designers, the best hot dog vendors,
yes,
the best turnbuckle artisans,
stuffers,
down the line.
All down the line.
No expense was spared.
And I would like to send a special thank you to the WWE for allowing us to use their referees, as we only had a referee for one match, and that was the match before this. They are allowing us to use their refs for the remainder of today's matches.
And we do wish a speedy recovery to our own refs after their tragic bus accident on the way back from King's Dominion. When the driver tells you to keep your arms inside the vehicle, he's not doing that for his own.
It's not a fucking joke.
Yeah, it's not a joke, folks.
And let me tell you this, too. If somebody says funnel cakes, let's stuff the bus with funnel cakes, say maybe.
Yeah, you don't just agree to it sight unseen. Have the guy give you an overview of what the prank is, you know?
Do you think Jake just hit his head on the turnbuckle on the bottom there?
Didn't look good.
Didn't look good.
I gotta say, you know, I'm not privy to these guys' training regimens, but it seems like the stuff in the ring is pretty good, but getting in the ring, maybe we should do a few reps. You know, kind of like at the end of football practice, they make you run the crazy play just in case it comes up.
Just in case it comes up. You know? Oh, look at this. We're starting rough hot. Now, first off, I'm noticing a stark difference in the size of these gentlemen. I had no idea that Jake the Snake was towering above Eddie Guerrero, like the difference between, Andre the Giant and Lord Littlebrook.
There really is quite a size difference, and that's where, you know, Eddie's strategy, his strategic mind is going to come and play in this match, I do predict. Because the man is a master tactician in the ring. You know, interestingly enough, and by interestingly I mean not interesting at all, was recently watching went down a little bit of a rabbit hole after an Alice Cooper documentary. And Alice is pretty tall, and you want to see a height differential, check out WrestleMania 3, Jake and Alice standing next to Mean Gene. They probably had to film that from the other side of the studio to get all three guys in that shot.
They had to do like some special magic eye tricks.
Yeah,
or
it was
something
like a Lord of the Rings type forced perspective thing. And I say that as a very short man.
Whoa,
so, you
now,
know.
of course, Eddie being a small man, you would not expect him to get now. Jake taking a breather. Eddie coming after. Oh, that was a mistake.
Here's what I think happened. Jake, inspired by the previous match, ducked out of the ring to have a quick smoke. Eddie saw that and said, "I want some of that."
And it did not work out. Oh, these guys are they're coming at each other like a couple of wrestlers who are trying to keep out of the bottom of the rankings. That's for sure.
Well, this match, it's going to come down to who wants it more. I think the crowd recognizes that. They're feeding off the energy. What else is there to say?
Eddie tossing Jake in the ring, taking a moment to, show his snapping technique to the crowd, which I think is admirable. It's like a little bit of a beatnik vibe. I like it.
Yeah, there aren't enough beatnik themed wrestlers these days. We should talk to the commissioner about that.
Yo, man, you're trying to come down on us. That's such a buzzkill, man.
Yeah, maybe have some bongos in the ring.
Look at this. Jake double duck down, and they both just blew it. I would say that although look at this. Throwing him around like he's nothing. Eddie's a strong man. What do you think about that?
A vertical clothesline. I mean, the guy's core strength is off the charts.
A 2 count off
A
that.
near fall.
Look at that. Man, Eddie is not letting down. I think Jake might be out. That might be it for him. Oh, he's back up. Sorry.
Now, I have to admit,
Totally
I didn't
wrong.
notice. Was Jake carrying his bag of laundry when he came down to the ring?
I believe it was a sack of sugar.
Well, that's going to motivate Eddie Guerrero to win the match because he does not want to see what's in that bag. Whether it's a snake, sugar, dirty laundry, severed heads. He doesn't want to know. Neither do we.
What's in the bag? What's in the bag?
A lot of people don't realize that the film 7 was based on an actual match between Jake the Snake and Adrian Adonis.
Looking for I was going to say it looks like he's trying to eat some ass there, but it doesn't seem like it would be in good taste.
Hey,
so I
any
won't say
port
it.
in a storm, Alex. That's how I see it.
Now Eddie just taking a breather here, watching Jake panting, just trying to keep up with the faster Eddie Guerrero.
Well, it makes sense. This is an absolute car crash of a match, and sometimes when you
It could be. Oh, look at that! Jake ducked out before the. Again, the high risk not paying off for Eddie.
Neither man showing his best form in this match. I think maybe a little of the adrenaline is getting to these performers. Also, the cigarettes not helping.
Not helping. Look at this. Jake just.
Oh.
Tossed him. Man, was that a botched move? I don't know what happened there. Eddie holding his head.
Botched Eddie's ability to reason and do complex math at this point because that was a severe head injury.
Concussion protocol. Now look at this. Oh! Jake with the reverse. Like, ref demanding to get back into the ring. These WWE refs, they're a little less lax with the rules than our guys in the bow ties.
We call it straight. We call it by the book. Not every federation does that.
Well, in a match such as the whatever we referred to it as, the tornado submission death match, we had to use our ref because the WWE refs didn't want to get anywhere near that.
They are not insured for that. Anything could happen. You saw, a CrossFit workout routine broke out in the middle of the damn match.
In the middle of the damn match. Do you think was Kane a factor in that? I don't want to get back on that match. For those who want to go back and watch it, it's worth your time. It's well worth your time.
Well, maybe this could be like, like when you watch a movie and there's commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is like commentary on the match, because when they watch it, there was other commentary. So then you.
Oh, DDT!
Like you're watching this match.
Is that over?
Oh, brand new move for Jake the Snake, a DDT. We've never seen this. Oh, it doesn't
Eddie.
pay off. Another near fall.
I don't know if has anyone. Certainly not during the IGPWF era. No one has kicked out of the DDT, as far as I know.
Alex, I got to say, it's clear that the energy from the crowd behind Eddie Guerrero is what enabled him to kick out. I'm stuck here trying to figure out: are they the third man? Are they the 12th man? Are they the 6th man? Oof. We don't have the appropriate metaphors for pro wrestling here, but this crowd is going crazy cheering on Eddie Guerrero.
Jake is just laying the boots to Eddie. Oh, going for another DDT, I think. Eddie is sick of it. Drop kicks the knee
Defying
right out of
all
him.
known physical laws, whatever that was.
Oh, Eddie's sick of it. He's had it.
Oh yeah, this is when somebody got the last carton of skim milk at the grocery store, and that's the only thing you were sent there for.
Yeah.
You were fucking around over in the cookie aisle, and now your wife's gonna have a fucking brain aneurysm if you come home without the skim milk.
See, I was about to say just something like he's beating him like his cousin who stole his Nintendo games.
Oh.
But I like yours better.
I was only halfway through what I was going for there. I'm glad you stopped me. Could you please remind me after the match tonight that I need to get some skim milk on the way home?
Can do. Now, Eddie going for a brainbuster again. I think Jake looks like he's reversing it. Oh, just takes out the knee. You hate to see that. Oh, I guess he landed on his butt. I don't know what that was exactly.
Well, the thing was he went for the double kick to the skull, but the mullet deflected it, and I don't think he knew how to land properly. He wasn't expecting that.
What I'm amazed about is, we mentioned the size difference between Eddie and Jake, but Eddie is just throwing Jake around like he is just tiny. Like it just doesn't matter. Obviously, the conditioning pays off.
The conditioning pays off. From the
going-
top rope.
The frog splash.
The frog splash.
That's
This
gotta be
could
it.
be it. This might. Oh, there's
This
a
is a
slow
slow
count. For the
count.
WWF. What is happening?
This is a slow count.
Oh, this crowd is losing their mind.
I don't think you can do that, sir, in the IGPWF. It's not. Now he hits Jake with a DDT.
Looks like turnabout is just desserts, as they say.
Now, see,
Another slow count.
I don't know what's happening here. This just does not seem like officiating down the middle, Daddy. I'll be honest with you.
Eddie is giving it his all, and I got to be honest, the size differential that you have referenced, it is really
Missed the second frog
making me a little
splash.
queasy here. It's like a man, looks like a man beating up.
Look at
is
this
happening?
count.
This is an
What is
outrage.
happening?
Oh my goodness. Jake the Snake pulls it. Well, I guess you should say he earned it because that was the slowest of slow counts, but I can think of at least 2 other times that Eddie Guerrero should have won that match.
Now, what's happening here? Jake, like he's been doing to the enhancement
no.
talent, he is sick of it.
Eddie Guerrero has been at the bottom of the rankings. This is not going to cause his stock to
Wait,
rise.
who's this?
Oh my goodness! Oh my
TL
goodness!
Hopper.
Nobody saw this coming.
Oh, the dirty white boy himself, TL Hopper. Who knew that?
The fan favorite making his debut on Manic Monday 2 weeks ago. Or maybe it was last week. Time is an illusion, folks.
Clearly sticking up for the enhancement talent. Now, Kurt, as I mentioned, one of my favorite things about being an employee of the IGPWF is the oh my God, what the hell?
Oh my gosh! Kurt Angle attacking Mr. O'Neederful on the walk to the ring. This is not very patriotic.
This is not patriotic. I noticed Kurt Angle sporting a beard and a little bit more of an intensity he's had lately. He was on a bit of a losing streak, Kurt. He was on a bit of a losing streak.
His conditioning is amazing, but his look screams divorced dad, living in a hotel day to day. There was some confusion with this match. You are right. He has been trying to recover from some stunning losses. Apparently, he issued an open challenge to Orndorff, thinking it was Dorf from Dorf on golf fame.
Classic mistake.
He thought it would be an easy win for him, but it turns out it was Mr. O'Niederful himself instead. We'll see. Perhaps that's why he attacked him on the way to the ring, trying to gain an advantage.
Now, I don't think it's probably it is worth mentioning that Jack Fancy is nowhere to be found on the card in which La Park is featured. I don't think that's by accident.
I can't say that I blame him. L.A. Park and his crew have brutalized Jack Fancy and cut him open on more than one occasion. So, I'd skip it as well. I'd blame my phone. My alarm didn't go off. I didn't make it.
My only hope is that there's no tension between him and Kurt Angle. Obviously Angle suffered a lot of losses under the management of Jack Fancy, but that had nothing to do with the losses whatsoever. I think Kurt Angle just didn't want it.
Kurt Angle, Patriot, real American.
Woof, Mr. Wonderful just tossing around Angle. Angle definitely just still having trouble getting his shit together, Kurt.
You got to start to wonder if all of the head trauma is starting to kind of reveal itself here all these years later. But
and by head trauma, you mean divorces? Hi-oh.
That is what I meant without even realizing that is what I meant.
Now, Mr. Wonderful, I'm not sure what Kurt was trying to do there. He sat down for a minute, looking to be going to Indian style, I think trying to do perhaps a quick yoga meditation, but that hasn't kept him from tossing.
It almost looked like he thought it was like a story time show and tell kind of elementary school situation for a second.
It was confusing. Now Angle of course you go for the pin after that.
Alex, one of the features of the IGPWF that goes unremarked upon frequently is that these guys have been ripped from the temporal continuum, and that is going to have some effect on your consciousness and your memory. So for all we know, Kurt Angle is going through some severe psychosexual trauma in the ring right now.
I have heard it is like a combination of the bends, jet lag, and herpes. Those three things combined is what it's like to travel through the timelines in service of the IGPWF.
That's what we call the IGPWF hat trick. It is not pleasant. You sprinkle a little kind of inner space on top of that. This is why we get the best of the best, because they're the only ones who are capable of handling it.
Now, who do you think's got the advantage here? Orndorff, while he has not really slowed down, he seems to just be getting his ass kicked. I have to commend Kurt Angle. He definitely seems to be bringing it tonight.
I agree. I think the crowd is getting a little impatient because they'd like to see more of a
look at this, Kurt Angle going to the top.
Performance from Mr. Orndorff here, but he just does not seem to have brought his A or his B game.
Headbutted him.
C level, maybe D.
Maybe in the middle of the glutes or something, or not glutes. I'm sorry, the pecs.
Oh, a classic pec stomp followed by an elbow.
I'm going to rub your tricep into my groin area.
Yeah, I don't know who that hurts more.
Now,
you've also got to feel for Orndorff because he is indeed tasked with flying the plane to get most of the wrestlers in and out of here every week.
Look at that acrobatness. Yeah. That's not a word. Suplex City time. Now, I don't see Orndorff being able to be able to recover from this. And speaking as someone who has met, spoken to, and personally connected with Paul Orndorff in a way that can only be described as soulmates, I can speak for him. He is in trouble here, Kurt. He is in trouble.
That series of suplexes had more Germans in it than a Scorpions concert, if you know what I'm saying.
Going for the Angle Slam. I think we're going to be able to wrap this
one up. This might be it.
Yeah.
The former champ, Kurt Angle, making short work. I guess the open door challenge pays off for him.
No, I don't like where this is going, but the guys in the front row seem to like it, and that's all that matters because they paid for the tickets.
Will we see another run? This is
working on the ankle.
What is the ref doing? He's trying to.
You have to imagine that he imagines he's going to face Orndorff again down the line. Now, we have a unique situation, Kurt, and, I am not one to speak ill of our legends, especially in the IGPWF, but Roddy Piper issuing the open challenge for anyone who wants to face him. He's the #1 contender right now. He doesn't have to do this. But, you know, he has everything to lose here. If he loses, that puts whoever he loses to in automatic contention. What is he thinking here?
Strategically, it makes zero sense. It's like opening the war on two fronts. But I will tell you, from a showmanship perspective, this crowd is about to boil over as these two legends get ready to collide in the ring. This is going to be an absolute brawl, a fight to the finish.
Well, I think by definition it's a fight to the finish.
A wrestling match where you have to fight until it's finished.
I believe
what I'm trying to say.
This is going to come down to whoever can put the other one's shoulders down to the mat and get a 3 count, or perhaps make the other one give up.
I'm going to have to consult the rule book. It sounds, what you're saying makes sense, but who can really say it in this day and age?
Now, I would like to bring a shout out to our sponsors. Thanks for the bumps. Piper, of course, showing off one of our favorite shirts, the Wanted, the Missing Link shirt that is available for purchase on our Redbubble store. Go to thanksforthebumps.com or just Google Thanks for the Bumps t-shirt store and it'll probably come up.
Indeed, that is a handsome shirt that you would be an idiot not to want to buy and wear. We would also like to thank the United States Department of Wrestling, and we remind all of you that it is your duty to maintain kayfabe at all times.
For the love of God, for the safety of us all. Now,
don't be an asshole, I guess is what we say.
Yeah, don't be an asshole. Now, I noticed Piper not rocking the plaid shorts. He tried those out a few weeks ago. How did you feel about those, Kurt? They were a little weird, huh?
They were a little weird. We don't need them. You know, I got to be honest, sometimes we try out some of the specialty items from the store in the ring, see how they go over. Let's just say they will not be mass-produced. Oh, look at that. If there's a quicker costume change in the business, I haven't seen it.
Now, who's he facing here for his open challenge? Oh. Shit.
I didn't know who the competitor was. I said it was going to be a brawl. Well, Piper is thinking twice, maybe 3, maybe a 4th time about issuing this open challenge.
If I were going to make a list of 3 names that Piper was probably hoping didn't come through that curtain for his open challenge, number 1, obviously, George South. Number 2, very clearly, Mario Mancini. Number 3, but just very, very close to number 2 and number 1, Bruiser Brody himself.
Yeah, well, you're talking about 3 of the greatest in the game. Piper doesn't want to face any of them, least of all the B squared. That's what I was about. The B squared.
B squared, yeah.
2 Bs.
I also would like to point out the amazing physics of his chain. It's like some sort of Chris Angel mind trick.
There have got to be some souls imprisoned in those chains. They cannot just be, garden variety chains that you would get at Ace.
Now, I am getting word from the commissioner in my earpiece that if, in fact, Piper loses this match, if Brody were to pin or submit Piper tonight, he would be perhaps in line for a title shot. It's not guaranteed, but it depends on his showing. But he could be. He could be fighting for a title shot here, Kurt.
Well, that would certainly complicate the heavyweight title picture, and it would be an unintended consequence. Right now, Piper is the sole number 1 contender by definition. But if Brody were to win this and into the picture, I don't know what would happen. I would also like to take this opportunity to once again request that I also be given an earpiece. It does seem like it would be a useful piece of technology for me to have, but
hold on, I'm getting word on that.
Damn it!
No, that's a no. That's a hard no.
All right. Maybe I'll travel in time and steal one when I'm getting some spaghetti over.
And I also have been given word that next week, due to the situation between Jake the Snake, Eddie Guerrero, and the Dirty White Boy, I'm sorry, what was his name again?
I totally forget.
What is this? DL Hopper.
I was trying to say his name like 3 times earlier, and I'm like, I got nothing. I got DL Hughley. That's all I could come up with. That was not DL Hughley.
That would not be the Dirty White Boy. That would be
no, it would
That's
not.
A different situation. Although I do like the idea of a TL Hopper, DL Hughley team, perhaps.
I would watch that show.
Maybe that'll be the match next week. No, I have been given word that next week we are going to have TL Hopper and Eddie Guerrero versus Jake the Snake in a handicap match.
Oh my gosh, that is going to get out of hand and quick, and I'm sure this always capacity crowd will be going crazy. But right now, we've got a war of attrition. The intensity is rising, the action is heating up. It's like a burrito in a microwave that somebody just set for like 10 minutes and wandered off.
Now, here's what I noticed in this match straight away, Kurt. Bruiser Brody just wiping the absolute fucking floor with Roddy Piper. It has not been close whatsoever. Piper, I think, bit off more than he could chew this week.
A lot of times these matches have a kind of cadence where one guy will come out and unexpectedly establish dominance, and then the other guy will like fight back, and by the end, you don't know who's going to win. But then other times, that guy who just starts beating him up, he just beats the shit out of him, and then it's over.
I've never noticed that.
So we've got to hope. If you're Piper, you're hoping it's not that other case. You know, you're like, man, I hope this goes like some of those other matches.
I agree with you, Kurt. Sometimes there's those matches, and then other times there's matches where one guy just pummels the other until the other one just loses, and that's just the end. That's basically Jake the Snake's formula for the last few weeks.
We call it a DL Hughley special.
The TLDL. Oh my God.
TLDL.
The TLDL. I mean, God, if he's not in the
Too long, didn't lose. Except I lost.
I mean, Commissioner, if we cannot get DL Hughley into the Fed, I mean, we are just. Oh, look at this Piper mounting a comeback finally. Good Lord, going with the eye rake, throwing.
Shades of the British after the Blitz in World War II. Roddy Piper will not go down without a fight. Oh,
look at this. They will not go back in the ring, and we know how the ref feels about this. He's not a fan of the outside the ring shenanigans. Look at this, back out again. I think these two just can't be contained.
Now, I don't want to digress because this is some amazing colossal over the top action, but I have always wondered what is the deal with those leggings. Are those compression socks that Brody wears? Like, you know,
I believe
it seems like it would be a hindrance, not a help.
I can help with this.
Okay.
So Brody's entrance music, when he's not wrestling for us, of course, because we use only Fat Neil exclusive tracks. When Brody is not wrestling for us, his theme song is what is the Led Zeppelin song? I Come from the Ice and Snow.
Immigrant Song, the lead-off track from the 1970 classic Led Zeppelin 3.
Holy crap, Brody going for the big splash here. This could be it.
Over the hills and far away, he's about to construct a stairway to heaven for Roddy Piper. I cannot believe this.
Now look at this after the match. Piper recovering, having a hard time getting back. Oh my God, Terry Funk.
Terry Funk still has his eyes on Piper as the number one contender, even though Bruiser Brody has now significantly complicated the title picture here.
Yeah, and Brody's already halfway down to the craft services table now. I don't know what he's doing. But but to answer your original question, Kurt, those long socks are because he comes from the he comes from the land of the ice and snow, and he needs to keep one.
Is that real?
I believe so.
Well, but then what are the chains?
Why he carries the chain of the ring? That is the symbol, the oppression of the promoter.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's not a Led Zeppelin based gimmick.
Is there chains?
Well, that's why I'm asking, because I'm hard pressed to think of chains in a Led Zeppelin song.
I believe he refers to the chain that he wears as the leve that could break.
Get the lead out.
So thank you, fans, for joining us for another Manic Monday episode. We hope that this has been as good an experience for you as it was for Jake the Snake, Kurt Angle, Finn Balor, Booker T, and L.A. Park, and of course Bruiser Brody, all with big wins this evening. What do you think about the title picture tonight, Kurt? What do you see happening?
Well, it's murkier than a bog after a torrential downpour. All I know is, like we say every week, Manic Monday, expect the unexpected.
And I'm Alex Rockwell.
This is Kurt Huge.
And we salute you.
You.